Now on Bounce, we're going back to the basics tonight, learning how to make fresh homemade bread. We called on Bill Logan to show us the steps. He's the owner of Carolina Artisan Bread. And Bill, I heard you're a very talented and very much a hard worker. Is that correct?
I got to believe that. Yeah,
safe to say.
That sounds about right.
Right.
We worked a long day.
All right. Well, we're going to do some stuff here. So tell me a little bit about yourself, though.
Well, I started this business about 4 years ago. I've always baked, always cooked. I was in the construction business for about 30 years and got sort of over it.
Right.
And decided to make a living at this. I had a chance to go back to culinary school, and I apprenticed under a old French baker in Vermont.
Okay.
And then came here and started this, and we're starting to get a little traction.
So you had been making bread, doing this while you were in construction, or did you
I've always done this.
Okay.
You know, just something to do.
How'd you learn how to do that?
I just grew up with it.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's just been around it. This dough is the basic dough. It's the most simple one you can do, but it's what almost all other breads stem from. Okay. All right.
So let's get started.
Let's mix it.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's all the there's only 4 ingredients.
All right.
And it's flour, water, salt, and yeast.
Okay.
So
does it matter any kind of flour? Or what's your preference?
All-purpose flour works for me. There's bread flour, but I feel like I get a better result.
Okay. All right.
So there is the flour, the yeast.
And the yeast is what makes it rise.
Yeah, and we use an instant yeast. You always should. It's just the easiest. You can use an active dry, but you got to soak it first. I mean, this you just throw in there. Then the salt.
And does it matter how much salt? What's the consistency of what you're doing for people at home that might be wanting to make it, as far as the flour to the? That's
the key thing. It's really simple. You go by baker's percentages. So everything is a percentage of the dry ingredients. I use, for a bread like this, about 70% hydration. So if you have 1,000 grams of flour, you'd have 700 grams of water. Okay. It's almost always 2% salt. And I use about a 1.25% of yeast with the yeast that I use. Okay. And you can, it's the same every time. That's the kind of the beauty of it.
Consistency.
Yeah. And so this water, if I mix this in here, will give you, it's about a 70% hydration.
Right.
And jump right in.
Just mix it right around there, huh?
That's all you do.
Take that ring off.
Might be a good idea. Pull the stone right out of it.
Can't be messing with the diamonds. Don't mess with the diamonds, Lisa.
So jump right in.
Okay. So you just mix it together.
Once it forms, you kind of just stretching it. You want to just mix it till it forms a ball, and then you just kind of kneading it, stretching it.
Okay. So
and I'm gonna get out of your way.
I'm gonna go right. So I'm going.
Yeah. Yeah. Just keep.
Ain't that good?
Kind of like that. Yeah.
Thank you. Look, hey.
See, and it's coming together.
Yeah. And how long do you have to do this for? Because I'm getting kind of tired.
To get it right, doing it by hand, about 8 minutes.
About 8 minutes. 8 minutes?
8 minutes.
Okay. Jeez.
But it gets, see, as it starts to form there, take it and just take the heel of your hand and just stretch it. You want to kind of push it like that.
Push it and stretch it.
Yeah, that's all you're doing.
Okay.
And then the gluten will form like that. And I just use just that part of your hand right there.
Right. We only got one minute left here.
Yeah.
So I would do this for like another 6 minutes.
Yeah, you would do that for,
And then you put it in the oven?
No.
What do you do?
It sits for about an hour.
Okay.
It comes out like this.
All right.
At about the hour point, you stretch it.
See how neat that looks?
Yeah. See, it all starts to come together. Give it a stretch and fold like that.
And show the finished product? You'll get the finished?
Well,
Brigitte will get it for you.
That's it.
You're doing an awesome job.
Is it safe?
That's the finish.
Okay.
There you go.
Let's bring this over.
I mean, you can take.
This is the finished product, Delano, of all that kneading.
That looks delicious. It does look fantastic.
That looks
Knead
better
the dough,
than
knead the dough. Whatever to the dough. Okay. You can find Carolina Artisan Bread at several farmers markets, the Newell's Farmers Market, Matthews Community Farmers Market. You see them listed there on the screen. Thank you so much for being here tonight, sir.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
We're going to get Delano cleaned up.
It's a lot easier with a machine.
Yeah.